What are some of your like cool down hobbies, Wax? When you're not stand up or music, when you're just
Cool
trying to
down
relax.
hobbies.
Yeah, you're just relaxing.
Honestly, like I don't have a lot of hobbies, man, but I do yoga. You know, that's how I cool down. That's my main like physical activity.
Is it exhausting? Yoga? I've never done yoga, but I work with a lady who got hot around it.
A weird, it's funny. A weird thing about yoga is it's like it can be anything. It can be relaxing. It can be physically challenging. It can be aerobic. It can be exhausting. There's all different kinds of vibes. It definitely is good for your mind, though. It's good for your body. And it's good for your mind. It kind of kills two birds in one stone. It's kind of like a workout and a meditation. Not to mention it stretches all,
yeah.
Getting old and all that, you know what I mean?
The worker I had at Cisco was fucking hilarious. Like, so she's a woman and she's really funny. And she was like 35 and desperately wanted to be married and had kids. It was just, I don't know. I think it was hormonal. She was just being driven to reproduce. And she's heavy and she's like, I can't find a man and my eggs are drying up. And this is at like meetings at Cisco.
You're saying she's heavy like, her weight, or heavy as in this is heavy, weighing heavy on her?
I'm describing her as heavy, and that's why she couldn't find a man.
So both of those are
but
correct.
She got into yoga and must have cleaned up her diet too, and just went for like, look, I'm not saying she was a dime or anything, but she turned herself from a 3 to a 7, found a man, had babies, and it was everything she wanted it to be.
Good for her. It's a good little happy ending story.
Well, yoga will make the rest of your life better. You know, yoga it's funny. It's like it makes you feel better mentally, and then it has like these. It's almost like a side thing that it like works your abs and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Do you go to classes?
What's that?
Do you go to classes or do you just do it on your own at home?
I do both. I used to go to classes all the time, because the good thing about going to classes is sometimes when you do it at home, like you have the option to stop, you know what I mean? But if you're in a class for an hour, you'll do it, you know?
Yeah.
And people ask you where you were.
There's like usually good looking girls in the class, but I don't go there for that. Usually you just I just zone out, you know, you get in your head, you focus on your breathing. If you've ever meditated, it's like doing that and also doing like poses and shit. But I love it.
What's like the barrier to entry? Like I'm not the most flexible guy. Like when you went in the first time, were you like stuck on a couple poses, or are you like pretty naturally limber, caught up?
I had a horrible experience the first time I tried it. Somebody told me to try it, and I had a teacher that was really like mean. Like she was moving me around, like, no, you don't do it like that. You know? So I didn't. And then I went back. I went back reluctantly, like a couple years later, and it's just like, I don't know. You don't. It's weird. They don't teach you the fundamentals. You just kind of have to get in. You just kind of get on there and start doing it. That's one thing that's weird about yoga. Like, you know, you play basketball, you do drills, you do fucking the 3-man weave, you learn to dribble, you know what I mean? They don't really do that in yoga. You just jump right in. But you can kind of do they have like level 1 basically for it that you can do. But
was it guy friendly? Like, I imagine it being not welcoming for that reason. Am I just off target?
Maybe it's maybe the reason you say you live in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I do.
I started doing it in LA. I think shit is just different there with that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in Maryland and I grew up in the 90s, you know? And if I would have never guessed that I would ever do yoga, I would have saw that as in a way, you know what I mean?
I do. I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, there's shit that, you know, and you're older, so like shit back in the day was different. Like, I don't know.
Aerobics was a girl's thing.
Aerobics was the girl thing. If you had asked the graduating class of 400 people at my high school, have you ever had sushi before? Like maybe 3 of them would have said yes. You know what I'm saying? Like times have just changed and people try more shit. We have all the information available, but I don't know. I got into yoga. I don't like, you know, I tried to do CrossFit one time. I don't like people yelling at me. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. Like, I don't get inspired by, like, I don't like whatever that emotion that's in music that's like that people play at the gym to work out. Like if I go to the gym and lift weights, I listen to like a podcast or something like that Bobby Knight shit doesn't work on me. You know what I mean? I'd rather have like a woman talk to me in a relaxing way. And then
as you're lifting, I'm the same way. Like, I like to watch TV or like shows while I'm lifting in my basement. Like I never listen to music.
If I do
I
listen
don't like
to
being
music,
yelled at. I don't like all that stuff doesn't work on me. I get it, but all that like what's that fucking dude's name? Like Gary V or whatever. Like
oh yeah, sure,
that
sure.
kind of shit, that kind of energy doesn't motivate me. The stuff that's supposed to motivate you doesn't. I'd rather be like I don't know. For me, I'd rather it be more like soothing. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, whatever gets you in the
shit,
gym is the right thing for that person. You know.
Right.
I like music that lifts me, right? Like I just want it to be an attitude booster or an energy booster, whatever you call it. And a lot of times that's girly pop stuff.
Yeah, man. It's the best.
Right.
Heavy metal would stress me out.
Every time I'm doing something that I like, I put on like my favorite pump up song. Like I don't need a song for the shit I hate. I know that that's like counterintuitive, but like the shit I hate it. Music isn't going to help this, but the stuff I really like, it like really makes it fun. So if I'm doing like overhead presses or delt raises or something like that, I've got I can't remember who sings it, but it's that song I Need a Hero. I love it. I love it.
Tyler, maybe Taylor, one of those.
Something like that. And it's I need a hero. And I'm just like,
wow.
Great.
Yeah, is that a modern song or is that like that's an 80s song, right?
Yeah, you
I listen
got
to a lot of 80s. Yeah, a lot of 80s.
I'm thinking of I Need a Hero. It's a woman singing.
And he's got
Woody was right.
And he's got to be fresh from the fight. I need a hero.
Or it might be fresh for the fight. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. She needs a big strong man to protect her. It's not going to be me, but
you're going to be
but I'm
totally going to be you.
No, totally not. I'm going to get big and strong, but I'm going to leave her alone. Oh, is she hot? She's probably old now. She's probably like my grandmother's age.
Maybe not that old.
I don't know.
Well, she stopped aging after she died, so she's eventually.
Yeah, I feel like I listen to music now. Like the older I get, the more it's like when I listen to music, it's a little bit more to relax me than it is to get me hype. You know what I mean? Like I don't listen to like when I was young and I'd listen to metal or like gangster ass rap and want to do things in the sort of like mosh, if not mosh, similar in the energy.
It puts me in a good headspace, and if I've got like it can be a good thing to pass the time too. Like I listen when I play poker. I'll play poker for like 3 or 4 or 5 hours straight, and it's not fun sometimes. It can be real boring, and there could be depressing moments where the odds were 3% that they'd win, but somehow they do it anyway, and you lose a bunch of money. Right. So like put a little Ed Sheeran on, let him cheer me up, and just calm down and just keep going, and I can keep from going into a rage most of the time. But I usually just get up and